To Westgarth. And as Makira said, I'm the CEO of Loon. Loon is a subsidiary of Alphabet, and we're what's called an other bet. You've probably heard of other companies that are in that category. They were mentioned momentarily ago, Verily, Waymo, Wing, etc. Now, our mission at Loon is to connect people everywhere by inventing and integrating audacious technologies. And we take those technologies and using our system, connect to people that are in sparse environments, they're not covered, they're uncovered. And then we work with our mobile network operator partners around the world to extend their existing terrestrial networks so we can provide this connectivity. 3.8 billion people around the world today do not have ready available access to wireless broadband. Now, Loon first came into the public domain in 2013 when we announced connectivity to remote farmers in New Zealand. However, we'd actually been working on this since 2011 when we looked at and tried to figure out how we could use balloons to provide internet connectivity in remote and sparse situations. So over that almost 10-year adventure, we've invented a completely commercial system that provides direct LTE 4G access to standard phones without modifications from 20 kilometers up in the stratosphere. Now, I want to show you something, a video that talks a little bit about the journey that we've taken.
While many of us take the internet for granted, large parts of the world are still unconnected. In big towns and cities, providing connectivity with cell towers is economical, as there are lots of people there wanting to connect. But the further away from these towns and cities you go, the fewer people there are, until eventually connectivity just stops. To bring the internet to people in these areas, we need to look up, way up, into the stratosphere. From here, we can provide connectivity across much larger areas, bringing the benefits of the internet to more people. So how do we get there? With balloons. Really big balloons. Beginning their journey from one of our custom-built balloon launchers, our balloons are filled with lighter-than-air gas and released up into the skies. Rising 20 kilometers into the stratosphere, Loon balloons float twice as high as airplanes, well above weather and wildlife. To get to where they need to go, Loon balloons sail the winds by moving up or down into different wind currents traveling in different directions, joining other balloons in small teams over areas where connectivity is needed. Ground stations connected to local internet service providers send signal up to the balloons and then back down to the ground over large distances, allowing people to connect directly to the internet with an LTE mobile phone. When it is eventually time for our balloons to come down, we navigate them to remote areas and work with local air traffic control to manage their slow descent down to Earth, where they're collected by our recovery teams. By repeating this process at scale, we hope to provide continued connectivity to users on the ground, bringing the internet to more people in more places around the world.
Now, as we've gone on this almost 10-year journey, we've figured out a lot of product elements, addressed a lot of technology challenges. If you look at this picture here, it looks like just a very, very large balloon. It's about the size